Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. Off we go from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league.
He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll put Addison in motion. They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. A gain there of 15. First down, Minnesota.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35.
A gain of 20.
A gain there of 20. It'll be a Vikings first down.
First down.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare them to stop it.
They'll go back to Jones on first down. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. They run it once more with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
Well, if this opening drive is any indication of how the rest of this game's going to go, it seems this offense is going to be pretty content keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of success here early. Now it sets up 1st and goal.
In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll run it here with Jones. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Minnesota. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. The kick is good. The Vikings will take a 7-0 lead.
Lions nothing.
Riker it out now, following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On second down, Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the gun, it's Goff. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They've got him.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
On fourth down, Lions going to send out the All-Pro from a season ago, Jack Fox to punt. Back deep for the Vikings, it's Miles Price. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Vikings offense ready to see the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time.
Brings up third down.
And third down coming up.
To go.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down. First one for Jefferson. And a first down to go with it.
It's a gain of 11. And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But The problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well. A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them. And in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
3rd and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw is Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Jonathan Allen getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's the 3rd-round rookie pick, Isaac Taslam. And he'll be marked out up at the 34-yard line. 19 yards. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. Into the secondary at the 45. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Detroit.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
One of the tight ends motions right. 1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground inside the 40, a gain of 8.
The 37-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 4th down, Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Vikings' 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. They'll go play action with Goff. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
That's good.
11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
12-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. Here's Goff. That one, take it in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
Touchdown, Detroit.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Price now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense ready to come back out for this next possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. They've got it with second down and 13 in front of them. Looking out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Now McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 10 yards.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
So, a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Jones. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
13 yards.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Minnesota.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
A run. And here's Mason. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. McCarthy. This one brought in by Hawkinson. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
First down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get about 5 yards closer, but now it is 3rd and goal.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
22-yard attempt.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Reichard had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Lions offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
It is 2nd and 6. Goff to throw. Catch is made. That is Williams. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 17 yards.
Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
On the ground, this is Gibbs. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. That's Andrew Van Ginkel in on the tackle.
41. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 29, here's second down and 7. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone. David Montgomery will be brought down inside the 25. The veteran safety Harrison Smith there on the stop.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
That's on left side. It's complete. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Yards. And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
10 more yards.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. throwing, Goff. And he'll take it on in. Isaac to Small. Touchdown, Lions. Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions are on top. It's 14-10.
Lions 14, Vikings 10.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
It's a loss of 8.
Al-Quadin Muhammad. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw, it's McCarthy. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. The Lions call their first timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. To throw is McCarthy. This one just too far for the receiver, right in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A second down throw for Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 11.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Detroit.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This one from just under 50 yards. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
And that kick will help extend the lead, but remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner, so both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. A couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Inside the 40. Inside the 20. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions move out to a 24-10 lead.
Vikings 10.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed him. In this game, it looked like it was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. Can they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive?
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Vikings back within 7. It's 24-17.
Vikings 17.
Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. The veteran safety Harrison Smith there on the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll run it to the right here with Gibbs. Lots of space, past the 45. Jahmyr Gibbs! And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Bates now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will extend this third quarter lead.
Vikings 17.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. On play action, here's McCarthy. He'll step up and run this.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
2nd and inches. Here's McCarthy. There he goes again. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by JJ.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Now a handoff. Jones trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times, they're too big for defensive backs.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Defensively, finding yourself down by this much at this stage of the game, They could just pack it in. They could say, all right, this one's over. We're moving on to next week. They're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to get after the quarterback, and nice start to this drive.
They send the tight end in motion. On second down, Goff. One out wide to Gibbs. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Now, Goff. That's over the middle. Caught by Tesla. He needed 13 and got 14 for the first down.
Gain of 14 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's Gibbs. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Second and 11. Here's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Third, they need 8. Now Goff. He's got his man complete. That's Tesla. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
First down. First and 10.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
That's caught downfield by Tesla. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
And the Lions first down.
Throwing here is Goff. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second and 6. Goff. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jonathan Allen gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read 1, read 2, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. To throw is Goff. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Price now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That'll be swung out wide to Jones. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping him short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
Fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing, Goff. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. From the 24 now, here's second down and 6. On to the fourth quarter, and it begins with a run by Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Loss of 2 yards.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Bates for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Lions will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Vikings 17.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
It's a gain of
They'll
11.
get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
To the air once more is McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Williams in motion. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Goff. They'll try to set up the screen here. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be taken down. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
And the Lions.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Now a pitch to Montgomery. And a good tackle out wide. Will hold him to a gain of just 3.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Goff. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
9 yards. That's good for a Lions first down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't...
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will add one more onto their big lead.
17.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the handoff, Jones. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
They'll look to set up the screen here. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a 1st down.
15 yards.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
They run straight ahead with Jones. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short, the ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Escaping to his left. And he'll go into a slide here. They're going to mark him just a little short of the 1st down.
That's a gain of 5.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
I love this call, Mike. You're basically asking yourself, can your offense beat this defense? And they know exactly what play is coming. And I'll tell you the answer, it's an emphatic yes. They run the quarterback sneak right up the gut, and they turn 4th down into a 1st.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
That is caught. What a throw. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Will
Riker now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. The Vikings are able to edge a bit closer.
48. Vikings 24.
Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
Illegal touching. Offense.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
A second down throw for Goff. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
From the gun, on third down, it's gone. That's taken in. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line.
And the Vikings.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Taking this one downfield for Hawkinson. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, There's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Eden Hutchinson in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw, it's McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get it back on offense for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Vikings.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, here's 2nd and 2. Our run here with Gibbs. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
It's a gain of 8. And the Lions 1st down. An 8-yard pickup.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
On 1st down, it's Goff. He'll swing this out to Montgomery.
Goff's pass complete to David Montgomery. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
Second and 5. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
A 7-yard.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
So a win for the visitors, the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.